Welcome back, guys. Leland here, bringing you a TA of Ethereum. That's right, we're going to be talking about the macro version and the micro version of Ethereum. I'm also going to be getting into the fundamentals of Ethereum. What is Ethereum? What kind of platform is this? If you're new and you don't really understand what cryptocurrency is, or if you don't understand what Ethereum is, this video is going to be covering a lot of this for you. Also, going to be providing a TA of Ethereum as well. And if you don't know what a TA is, that's a technical analysis. Pretty much, we take a look at the charts and we pretty much apply traditional market analysis to a non-traditional market, and it ends up working out in our favor as well. And if that sounds good to you, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Okay, so here's Ethereum, right? Here's Ethereum's life. Well, not the entire life. This is a different chart. This is the one on Bitstamp, and we are on a weekly chart. You can see that we had our market cycle top. This is when everything peaked out back in 2017, 2018. Bitcoin hit $20,000. Ethereum came up here and hit $1,450. And then we went through a bit of a bear market before resuming back off. So what happened with that is we hit our top and everything was overbought. There was a lot of speculation. The price was too high. And then a lot of panic selling happened at that time. But when Ethereum started going back down, we started creating a double bottom, which was like this W shape within our charts. And this is a very bullish sign to be coming back down and be touching that base. We came down, we touched it, and we didn't want to go any lower. We came back up, we came back down, we touched it, and we didn't want to be going any lower again. Well, this touch right here, you're seeing this big red spike that goes all the way down. That was the liquidity crisis back in 2014. That was back in 2020 in March when you guys, when the disease hit this world and a lot of people were scared and they started selling off their assets pretty much. So that is what that dip is right there. But what Ethereum didn't really quite know at that time is that we were going to be creating this double bottom structure and then going to be resuming off. Well, okay, so you guys know that we've been trending up ever since we broke all-time highs, which was about right there. And, we can come over here and we could take a look and see what happened after we broke all-time highs. Well, we broke all-time highs. We came back. This is our resistance line that we were trying to break through previously. So we broke through the resistance. We came back, and what was once resistance is now support. And you can see we got that touch beautifully right there, and we got the resumption off, and we've been going up higher ever since. Currently, Ethereum sitting at about $4,200 right now. Pretty incredible. Am I surprised? No, absolutely not. This is something that we have been expecting, and I believe Ethereum is going to be going much higher after this, and I'm going to show you why, and we're going to talk about that a lot more throughout this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying this content so far. Okay, beautiful. So we've got this really big macro structure we've been looking at. It's looking really good. If you know me, I like to throw Fibonacci's on my charts, and if you don't know what a Fibonacci is, it's basically these are basically just sequences. They're percentages, right? So when we have our swing high, we go from our swing high down to our swing low down here. What we're doing is we're looking and trying to see what percentage of the way are we getting the recovery. So when Ethereum came up and hit this red line over here, that's the 236. Well, that was $400. When we came up and we hit that red line over here, the 236 literally represents 23.6% retracement back to the upside, being that this was the swing high, this is the swing low. This is 100%. This is 0% down here. Okay. So after we broke through the 23.6%, we went up and we hit 38.2%, which is that yellow line right there. And what's really crucial within the charts and areas that you really want to see for us to break through is the 618 to 786. And that's going to be this light blue line and this dark blue line right here. This is the doorway within a Fibonacci that you really want to see, that you want to get above. You're going to be retracing more than 60% of the way. And if you can get up to the 78% way, you're looking really good. It's looking really bullish. But if you have a chart that comes up and you hit the 61% level and you get rejected and it just keeps repeating and it never does, and then we start forming a downtrend, that's not good. That's a really good level to let you know that, hey, we're either going to be going up or we're going to be going down. So currently, we've clearly broken that bullish doorway that's going to be moving us much higher. And you can see we've actually gotten up to the golden mean ratio, which is actually going to be this 1,272 line right here. This is a very critical area for resistance that we typically see. Typically between the yellow line and the purple line is going to be some heavy resistance, but once you can break through the 1,618, which is that line right there, there's really no resistance up until the 2,618. And that's why Ethereum has really gone up so quickly. Is we're kind of in outer space right now. We don't really know where Ethereum is going to be going, but the next known resistance to traders isn't up until the 2,618 Fibonacci sequence. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but you'll understand. Just hang on. So you break through the 1,618, not a lot of resistance up until there. Well, if we break it down, and this is on a weekly chart, mind you. So if we go over to a 4-hour chart, you will see, how much of the support and the resistances that were being held up in between these lines at that time. So I'm at a 4-hour chart right now, and you can see that the 2,618 line right here was acting as resistance. Now it's not perfect, but that was definitely an area of resistance that we were looking to get above. Once we were able to break it right there, boom, we started taking off, and then we started going up much higher. So that is why you're seeing these price actions move that, the way they are right now. This is why you're seeing the most recent pump within Ethereum. And a lot of you are wondering, is it over? Should I sell? Is Ethereum going to be dipping? And I'm going to show all of that to you guys. You're going to understand the Ethereum chart a lot better. Let's check it out. Okay, let's keep going here. So beautiful. We were now, let's go back to a daily chart. And what I want to show you guys is the technicals. I want to show you the indicators that I use that are going to be very helpful to be determining whether we're going to be going up or we are going to be going down. So we're going to be taking a look at the MACD. Here's the MACD right here. So we have a lot of negative momentum that's pushing to the upside, and that's very beautiful. Negative momentum right there. We also have negative momentum that's pushing us up right there. And this is why we're seeing such a huge spike. Now, indicators are lagging. Price action is going to be key. This is what's going to be determining what's going to be happening with the indicators, but the indicators give us kind of an insight of what's going to be happening in the future. You can't really tell that with price action other than just learning patterns and structures and things like that. So you can see right now on the day, we are above the 80 on the RSI, which is overbought. When you're overbought like that, you need to be a little bit wary and kind of expecting that there's going to be a sell-off or some kind of consolidation period, so we can have a continuation to the upside. But what's interesting about this chart is that Ethereum really does like to, and I'm going to isolate this, Ethereum really does like to go up to this 90 level on the MACD before we have some kind of pullback. And throughout, and this is going back to about 2016, but you can see, we come up to this line right here on the RSI, and then we have a bit of a cool off, and then same thing over here, we have a bit of a cool off. So this is a really good line. This one's really close. I'm going to go ahead and count it right here. Boom, boom, boom. So we have at least 7 data points that kind of tell us in the past, once you get up to 90, you're a little bit overbought and you're going to be expecting some kind of a pullback. Well, great. We're not even sitting over at the 90 right now. We're at the 83. And mind you, this is on the daily. So Ethereum can continue to go up to possibly $4,500, $5,000 before we see any kind of pullback. Now, I am going to be expecting a pullback at $5,000. We blew through $3,000, and now we're blowing through $4,000. And these things are really going to be working in increments of 5. Once you get up to $5,000, it's going to be a psychological resistance that a lot of traders are going to be seeing. They like those whole numbers, the 5, the 10, 15, 20 numbers. So being with the psychological resistance, and we're looking at the RSI, that's going to be my prediction. I think $5,000 is going to be an area where we're going to be getting some kind of a pullback. And when we should, if we're looking at the chart over here, and let me go ahead and just go back to the price action, and then I'm going to go back to the RSI, and I'm going to show you the weekly chart as well. But we've had this massive pump after $2,000. We had this consolidation period over here. We actually even went down and hit, as low as $1,200. But this huge move to the upside after $2,000, it was quite a bit. Let's see, we'll go from the bottom right here when we got the breakout, we got the resumption, right? Let me just paint a picture for you real quick. But this line right here, we had some resistance. We couldn't quite get through. We came back, it was support, and then we started taking off. So I'm going to go ahead and take a measured move from bottom here to where we are right now, and that's 116%. You know, that's a lot, especially for a coin that has such a large market cap. I believe we're sitting at about 350 billion, if not $400 billion market cap with Ethereum right now. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've looked at the market cap, but either way, it's a large market cap, and that's a pretty big move. You know, you can see that this is a lot of institutional buying. This is a lot of buying that's happening with these big whales that have a lot of confidence within Ethereum because the platform is so huge. The ecosystem is so massive. There's so many other coins, there's so many other tokens that run off of the Ethereum ecosystem that it's just a really beautiful platform for public blockchains to be using, right? I believe the OCC and the FCC came out a few months ago, and they told banks, they pretty much told banks, hey, you guys are allowed to use cryptocurrencies, you can use stable coins, and you can use public blockchains or you can use private blockchains. So you can go make your own blockchain if you want to, but you're also allowed to use public blockchains. Well, a lot of banks are behind the curve right now, and they're probably in the phase of creating their own stable coins right now. That's probably the best thing that they can do, you know, with all of the money that's going to be flowing into cryptocurrencies, into these decentralized platforms. They're kind of worried, you know, they're really scared that their monetary system is going to collapse. And I do believe one day that will happen. It's just a matter of time. And I think they know it's really inevitable. I don't want to get too far deep into that, but really cryptocurrencies is taking over. People are really tired of the middleman. They're really tired of, you know, these not having enough privacy. And so what the banks are going to be starting to do is they're going to start using public blockchains. Well, the stable coins, 80% of the stable coins that run on public blockchains are run off of Ethereum. And if that's the case, if banks start using Ethereum blockchain for their stable coin, can you imagine what that's going to do to the price, let alone that we start giving some kind of ETF for Ethereum, right? So I know there's 4 ETFs in Canada for Ethereum right now, and the US is working on their very first ETF. And when that comes out, that's going to be allowing a lot of people to be putting their pensions, to be putting their 401ks into the Ethereum token. Well, even if we gain 1% of all of that money within 401ks and pensions and stuff like that from you know, benefits for people's work, that's going to be putting us at a minimum of a $40,000 Ethereum. Yeah, that's very possible. And I'm going to show you in a second here. I'm going to show you a little bit later of why I think we're going to be hitting $18,000 Ethereum by the end of the year. So stick around and we'll check that out in just a bit. So I wanted to go back and I wanted to show you the RSI on the weekly chart as well. So you can see that we're getting very close, right? We're at the 83 on the RSI. We're about to come up and hit the 90 as well. That's on the daily. Okay, now let's go to the weekly. Look how close we are to hitting that 90 and what we've done in the past as well. There's you know, it's not perfect, but you know, there's a few different levels here that we can say that we're going to be hitting before we get rejected over here. So you can see that let me get rid of this little tiny guy right here. Come here. So the 90 line that we're looking at just doesn't want to go away. Oops. Okay, anyways, so you can see the 90 line over here is going to be an area of resistance that we're going to be having, right? So it's possible, and it's still going to be taking quite some time. Like I said, I think $5,000 is going to be coming before we have any sort of a pullback. But when we come up and hit that, I am going to be expecting a rejection. It's possible that we could blow past it and we go up to the second line, which is going to be 93 on the RSI, and the next one after that is going to be 98. So anywhere within this, you know, this range is where I'm going to be expecting a pullback, which is why I think $5,000 is very possible, or even higher for us to go through. But I am going to be expecting some pullback at $5,000. Okay, great. That looks good. We're overbought. We see that. We know that. We've gone up quite a bit. It's time for a little bit of a consolidation before we can move higher. It's just healthy. It's just, it's something that we need to see within Ethereum in order for it to be healthy, and we can go much higher. So, and you can obviously see over here on the MACD, right? And this is on a weekly. The MACD is just off the charts. You know, our oscillators, our 12 and 26 day moving averages have never, ever been this high before within Ethereum before. We're having massive green islands that are being printed. It's beautiful, it's amazing, but we're overbought, and there's it's time for a little bit of a pullback. So, and you can also see that on the daily as well. We're overbought. Our stochastic RSI is up here. It's above the 75, and our MACD has been going off like crazy. But the nice thing with the MACD is I'm going to be looking for that next consolidation period, right? And it's going to take some time. It could take like about a month or a month and a half or 2 months of consolidation before we can start moving more to the upside. And I could be totally wrong about that, guys. We could blow past $5,000 and go straight up to $8,000, $10,000. That's possible, definitely possible. But keep in mind that we are overbought like crazy right now. And what I'm thinking is going to be happening is at some point over here, we're going to be taking a cross. There's going to be some kind of cross between the 12 and 26 day moving averages. This is going to let you know like, hey, we've hit our top and we're ready to go back down. So what I'm thinking is going to happen, we're going to be taking a cross. We'll be finishing up this island over here on the green, and then we'll start printing, red on the histogram down below, which I'm still okay with, because what will be happening at that point is we'll be finishing up the green, we'll be coming down into the negative over here, and it probably won't look like that. But what we will be doing is we will be creating some kind of hidden bullish divergence, and it's going to look really beautiful. It'll looks maybe something like that right there, right? And with hidden bullish divergence, this is a leading indicator letting us know that we're going to be going up much higher. If you think Ethereum is high right now, just wait until you see what happens in the next 6 months with Ethereum, because it's going to be absolutely insane. We still have EIP 1559 that's going to be getting released, in July. That is actually an improvement proposal that the Ethereum developers are going to be implementing into the blockchain. And all that is they're going to start burning Ethereum. So anytime transactions are sent and they are sent off to the miners to process those transactions, a part of that Ethereum is going to be burned off. Well, this is kind of like the halving effect that we have with Bitcoin, right? So the asset becomes more scarce. With this burning effect, the miner is going to be, be getting paid a lot less, which I'm not too happy about, but I'm bittersweet about it because I'm an Ethereum miner myself. And the profits have been, absolutely insane lately. And I want to continue to make that profits. I want to continue making that Ethereum because I see this project going really far. And, that's the whole goal. We want to try to make as much money as possible. But with EIP 1559 that's going to be implemented in July, what that's going to do is that's going to make the asset very scarce, which is going to drive the price up like crazy, right? You start burning some of the asset and people are going to be wanting more of it. That is one factor that I think is going to be pushing up the price. Not even to mention when Ethereum 2.0 comes out and we move over from this proof of work over to the proof of stake. And if you don't know what that is, you could do a simple search. I can explain it to you real quickly, but basically we move over from GPU mining, which is the rigs that I have, over to proof of stake, which is going to be pretty much these nodes that will be running. And it's a minimum of 32 Ethereum that you'll need to be staking on your computer, or you can do it on Coinbase. But pretty much all of these other computers, these nodes will be linked up to the blockchain, and there'll be so much more. There'll be so much more nodes around the world versus just, the GPU mining that we have locally. There's not a lot of people who do GPU mining, but if we can get people to stake their Ethereum, well, now we have a much larger network, right? And we can start processing transactions much faster, dropping the fees on Ethereum. And I think that's what's going to be happening. So you get 2.0 that's going to be coming out, and it's just going to be, that's when the price is just going to be going up like crazy. You're going to be seeing a lot of, institutional buying that's going to be happening before that. So the price of Ethereum, if you think it's high right now, you're sorely mistaken. So, okay, anyways, I don't want to drag this video out too much longer. So this is what I think is going to be happening. I think we're going to be moving much higher after that. But the price of Ethereum is going to continue to rise to the $5,000 area, the $10,000 area, and much higher after that. These are just my opinions. I'm a huge Ethereum bull. Most of my bag is in Ethereum, and I've been collecting Ethereum ever since down here at these levels when I started getting into the mining. So I'm pretty set. I'm pretty prepared for the moves that we're going to be having to the upside. I'm very excited to see what Ethereum is going to be doing in the near future for us. I wanted to show you guys what was going to be happening with the price of Ethereum. Okay, so I made this chart a long time ago. It's been quite some time since I've even touched this, but I did make some trend lines here. I have a resistance level, which is going to be this guy, and a support level right here. And what you can see is we've had this support, resistance, and then resistance, and then support, and support, and resistance, and support. And then we were getting real tight within this area over here. And then boom, we finally had a breakout. We came back for the retest, and we're getting the resumption, right? This is confirmation right there. That was the confirmation that we're going to be going much higher. Well, we took a measured move, and all I did was I took the measured move. You go from the top, the high right there, down to the bottom. That's the measured move right there. And I took it to the breakout, which is about right there. That should be taking us up to about an 18% of one Bitcoin. So one Ethereum will eventually be worth 18% of one Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin continues to go up and we hit $100,000, well, that's an $18,000 target that I have for the end of the year. And I feel like that's really conservative, right? I think, Bitcoin's going to be going much higher than $100,000 by the end of the year, possibly going to 200, maybe $250,000. Well, by that time, that'll be giving Ethereum some time to catch up and be worth literally that much. I hope people don't sleep on Ethereum. This is a massive platform that our world's going to be able to use. We're talking about changing the monetary system completely. And with all the different tokens and all the different projects that run off of Ethereum, this is going to be absolutely massive. I think this is something that your kids and your grandkids are going to be able to see, and something that they're going to be able to use in the near future, or, at least within the next 20 to 30 years. I think there's going to be options. Hey, do you want to pay with USD or do you want to pay with Ethereum, right? I doubt people are going to want to pay with Bitcoin because it's such a scarce asset. That's really going to be like gold, right? You're not going to see people going to the store and they're going to be, purchasing things with gold. Maybe back in the day, that was a thing, but I don't see that really happening with Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to be used as a currency as much as it is really just an asset. But Ethereum totally could be used as a currency, if not, maybe some other token that runs on the blockchain of Ethereum, right? I don't know what it's going to be, but I know where this is going to be going, and it's huge. It's absolutely massive. So this is why I think conservatively that ETH was going to be worth 18% of one Bitcoin at some time. Doesn't have to be $18,000. It could be $36,000. It could be a $40,000, even a $50,000 Bitcoin or Ethereum. But at that time, we're going to be talking about the market cap that's going to be flipping Bitcoin, right? Where Ethereum is going to be taking the number one spot. That's very possible for the flipping to be happening. And if that happens, guys, then you're still massively early. You're still massively early getting to Ethereum. And this is just a project that I strongly believe in. I think that one day that will happen, and Bitcoin will be number 2 in cryptocurrencies. I know, doesn't that sound crazy? Like, Bitcoin's always been number 1, but I think Ethereum is going to be like catching up to it really quickly here, flipping over, and it's going to be the number 1 cryptocurrency. That's just my opinion. I really love Ethereum in that aspect. So just wanted to show you guys some of these charts, kind of talk about the macro, the micro versions of this. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be making more videos about Ethereum as we continue to move up to the upside. I'll keep you guys updated. If you guys want to, come join the Discord, come join the Telegram. Links are going to be down below. If that, I'm going to be sending out alerts, but sometimes a YouTube notification system doesn't work that well. So if you join the Discord or the Telegram, you're going to be able to get those alerts right away when I go live, when I post videos, and all that good stuff. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. Thank you for coming by. My name is Leland, and remember, it's all about the TA. I'll catch you guys in the next one.